Hello star seekers. This is Jeannie from Horoscope Forecasts 369. Whether you're an Aries or a Pisces, we're here to guide you. Let's cut through the cosmic noise and dive into today's horoscope predictions. Friday, July 28, 2023. The astrology of today, all signs. Mercury enters Virgo today, where it will transit for longer than usual until October 4th. During this cycle, we seek more precision in speech, thought, method, and process. Dealing with details is natural and comfortable. We must be careful not to lose perspective if we find ourselves overly focused on the details. Further, we should be aware of the possibility of expressing ourselves too factually, so much so that we come across as dry, critical, or unimaginative. However, it's an excellent time for organizing, sorting, and analyzing. We gravitate to useful information and enjoy helping others with our knowledge during this cycle. It's a time of conservative thinking and a strong tendency to want facts and certainties. A Sun-Saturn quincunx comes into play as the day advances and can point to a clash between a desire to enjoy ourselves and our responsibilities. Doubts or lack of faith can temporarily slow us down and hinder our movements and initiatives. Even so, this can be a helpful process as we take a break from pushing ahead. We might need to adjust our plans based on new responsibilities or a reality check. Today's Aries horoscope. Mercury moves into your work and health sector today, dear Aries, where it will transit longer than usual. Until October 4th, you might frequently focus on and perhaps fret about the details of your life. Your thoughts and conversations often involve work, health, and practical matters. It's a fine time to learn new skills, particularly practical ones, and seek information that helps you improve your work, health, routines, and habits. Small jobs and duties are in stronger focus. You may be dissecting problems, working on solving tricky matters, and finding solutions to problems. It's a great time to tidy up your life in small but impactful ways, but it's crucial to avoid overthinking and worrying, which can happen a little too quickly under duress. Later today, insecurity or responsibility might hold you back from expressing yourself openly and naturally. There can be some hesitation or second-guessing with the Sun forming an awkward angle to Saturn. Try not to let this discourage you, but do let it slow you down to catch mistakes before moving forward. Today's Taurus horoscope. The messenger planet, Mercury, moves into your playful, creative solar 5th house today, dear Taurus, where it will transit for longer than usual until October 4th. In the weeks ahead, you gravitate to people who encourage you and make it easy for you to express yourself. Positive communications and a receptive audience for your ideas and gestures figure strongly. Those areas of life associated with the 5th house can be more interesting, thought-worthy, or relevant to you now, including romance, children, and hobbies or creative pursuits. You may get the chance to shine or stand out from the crowd mentally, or this can be a time of clearer expression of your feelings, ideas, and personality. If you've had trouble verbalizing your affections, this is a time to get things out. Later today, however, there can be more responsibility or a reality check to manage. While temporary, current blocks point you in the right direction as you begin to see the adjustments and edits you need to make. Today's Gemini horoscope. With the moon in your opposing sign all day, dear Gemini, diplomacy wins. It's a time of the lunar month for doing more cooperating and balancing. Also today, Mercury begins its transit of the sector of your solar chart that rules heart, home, and family. Thought processes are inward and intuitive during this cycle that lasts until October 4th. There can be much to learn about or through family and close loved ones in the weeks ahead. Thoughts and conversations often concern domestic affairs, family concerns, or the past. You are not as communicative in the outside world, and you may not feel quite as understood or heard now. You may be a little more guarded than usual with your thoughts and ideas. However, it's far different in your personal life, which is far busier. Later today, the need to slow down and possibly deal with some blocks is likely, whether these come from lousy timing or poor planning. While it's too easy to focus on what's not working in your life at the moment, better use of your energy would be to work on straightening out problems and details. Today's Cancer horoscope. Mercury completes its transit of your resources sector today, dear Cancer, and now enters your communications sector. As the planet of communications, it feels right at home there. This cycle lasts longer than the typical Mercury cycle until October 4th. It helps you make sharper assessments and gain some mental clarity. This transit encourages reaching out, making connections, picking up new interests and skills, and sharing your ideas. Learning, teaching, studying, and conversations flow more naturally now. There can be times when you find it hard to relax, focus, or concentrate, but it's a good time for playing with new ideas and gathering information. Energies are complicated for your practical affairs later today, but it makes sense to focus on making adjustments and essential edits that you might overlook on faster-paced days. Today's Leo horoscope. Mercury begins its transit of your money and values sector, dear Leo, and will spend quite some time here, staying until October 4th. This cycle is excellent for getting a better grip on your financial situation, at least mentally. There is some tendency to worry about money, but it's a promising period for sorting things out. Your thinking is practical and sensible, and you're looking for results, not just theory. Applying new information to business and money ventures can figure strongly. It's also a time for working with natural talents and putting them to practical use. You tend to quickly get to the point or the bottom line in your conversations during this cycle. With a Sun-Saturn aspect influencing today, however, it's best to check in with yourself that you're not overdoing things. Others don't readily let you have your way today, which can be frustrating, but possibly a blessing in disguise. Slowing down can work to your benefit. Today's Virgo horoscope. Mercury enters your sign today, dear Virgo, and until October 4th, you're finding your voice and making snappier decisions. It's a self-starting and sometimes restless cycle. You may need to put extra effort into making time to relax. Otherwise, it's a strong period for mental clarity. You prefer to take the lead on mental or intellectual tasks rather than consult others or collaborate. You can happily jump off the fence about a matter and reach a significant conclusion. You're ready to put the past behind you and have plenty of fresh ideas for the future. Your personality and intelligence come through more clearly, others find you particularly fascinating. Your communications make an impact. Today, the Sun's minor challenging aspect with Saturn can point to a past relationship issue that crops up and interferes with current enjoyment. Sticking to a routine may seem dull, but is your best bet as you center yourself for more spontaneous times in the future. Today's Libra horoscope. The moon's transit of your busy solar third house today stirs your curiosity, dear Libra. Mercury begins its transit of your privacy and soul sector today, where this messenger planet will transit until October 4th. It's a time when discussions and thoughts frequently revolve around the past, and it's a good time for these things as long as you are thinking, not dwelling. It's an excellent time to seek peace, calm your mind, or meditate and do some work in relative solitude. Discretion may benefit you during this cycle. Contemplative activities, research, and reflection are more attractive. You may be a little more secretive or indecisive during this period, but you can think of this time as a cycle for increased mental rest. Today, with a Sun-Saturn aspect in play, there could be reality checks that slow you down just enough to make necessary refinements. Some social awkwardness or off-timing is possible now, so it may be better to avoid scheduling interviews, events, or even serious conversations that mean a lot to you for now. Today's Scorpio horoscope. Mercury moves into your social sector today, dear Scorpio, where it will visit for longer than usual until early October. This cycle encourages inventive thinking, fresh ideas, and interesting connections. Your mind is open, and communications flow smoothly for the most. There can be a notable mental focus on your dreams, wishes, hopes, and happiness goals, and an increased interest in what others are doing, saying, and thinking. Networking activities increase and stand to offer some fabulous learning experiences. Collaboration brings rewards in the weeks ahead. However, today, your initial instinct might need some refining before taking action with a Sun-Saturn quincunx that complicates energies. There can be some dilemmas or difficult decisions. It may be better not to mix personal and professional matters today, as there can be difficulty determining how to blend them successfully. While obligations can feel burdensome, you also have opportunities to grow through your experiences. Today's Sagittarius horoscope. Much of the day is very much about your needs, feelings, and desires, dear Sagittarius. You are looking ahead with more confidence and optimism. Mercury moves into your career and reputation sector today and will visit this area of your solar chart until October 4th. It's a period when you're communicating with more impact and thinking up long-term strategies that move you closer to your goals. Your thoughts and conversations more frequently revolve around your responsibilities during this cycle. There could be publicity now, or you're giving more thought to career and business affairs. You communicate with more awareness of your audience and with more authority. It's a good time for communicating, planning, and sorting out important plans and projects. While you can feel quite weighed down by a reality check later today, this type of checkpoint is helpful for slowing down long enough to see where you may be making errors, which paves the way for going forward freer and more confident. Today's Capricorn horoscope. Mercury begins its transit of your spirit sector today, dear Capricorn, where it will guest stay until October 4th. This influence tends to lift your thinking up and your focus outward. You do less ruminating and more big-picture thinking. You are less preoccupied with your practical affairs, making it important to avoid glossing over important details. Still, it's a great time to gain a new perspective on current problems and recent events. During this cycle, you are more courageous or spontaneous when expressing your opinions and sharing your ideas. It's a fine time to expand your mind and interests. You embrace new ways of looking at problems as you tire of old rules, routines, and information. Today, you're in a better position for making refinements to your plans than pushing forward. Do your best to observe rather than jump into new endeavors and meaningful conversations. Also, if you catch yourself criticizing when you could be doing something more constructive, try to tame the urge. Your ability to see the flaws is enhanced now, and this can be put to good use. Today's Aquarius horoscope. Mercury begins its transit of your solar 8th house today, dear Aquarius, where it will visit for longer than usual until October 4th. During this cycle, your thinking is more strategic and analytical. Positively, your inclination to research and explore topics in more depth can lead to exceptionally well-developed ideas. Mercury brings more logic and objectivity to your emotional world in the weeks ahead. Secret or hidden information can figure strongly. You tend to go deep and tune into subtle cues and hidden layers. It's a good time to devise strategies and plans and dig deeply into a topic, although imperfect for straightforward communications and transportation. Later today, you may see the flaws more than the strengths. You could be second-guessing a partner, a plan, or yourself. Try to use this temporary block as a chance to catch your breath and come to a more realistic assessment of a relationship or project. Today's Pisces horoscope. The moon spends the day at the top of your solar chart, dear Pisces, inclining you to nurture your ambitions today. You're especially aware of your influence and reputation now. Also today, Mercury begins its transit of your opposite sign, and until October 4th, intellectual companionship is a theme. You seek or attract people who help stimulate your thoughts and decisions. Input and feedback jumpstart or rev up your thinking. Conversations can be fascinating, and ideas generated through these exchanges can be beneficial. It's a good transit for helping to restore some balance in your life. Later today, you could temporarily second-guess yourself or your ability to handle your work or daily affairs effectively. Motivation or energy levels may wane, and timing may be off, in general. For best results, with misunderstandings extra likely, be more diplomatic with people you work for, who work for you, and who you work with. As we wrap up, I'm Jeannie thanking you for tuning in to Horoscope Forecasts 369. Remember, these are guides, but your will shapes your destiny. Like, share, subscribe for more astro insights, and let the stars guide you until we meet again. Take care.